What do we do here? Better to show not tell, but with brief explanations, the main activity here is called actual play, which is not really the branded form of that term that has developed. The main thing really here is to celebrate the play. You don't have to show it. A lot of the time we do, if people choose to record their sessions, either audio or in full video, and then want to present those here, they can. I don't host any such thing. You link to your YouTube video or wherever it is that you place it. And here's an example. The sling is going vzz, and off it goes towards Zor.
Oh, all right.
But not all the way.
Let's...
And what table do we roll on now?
The fumble table.
99. He's really good with that thing. The only way he fumbles on a 99 or 100.
Oh.
So when he got a 99.
So not sorry. He got distracted by me.
That must be, yeah. That was in Spielenshus here in the town where I live. And now here's an example from screenplay.
Here we go. So you're going to roll the punch, and you are going to roll for poor Grus.
Yeah.
I'm the only person who sympathizes with
Unwanted kid Grus.
Yeah. Go ahead. Roll. Both of you. I do not roll.
15.
3.
Okay.
So that was using Discord, but you don't have to do this with me. You don't have to do this in any of the venues where I do this. It's all about how you play and what a post is here. I mean, you just go to the actual play section and you punch the green button and a post starts, and you can type in a little title. You can embed your video if you have one. You don't have to. And you can just talk about what it was like to play, what you liked about it, and share a little bit. It doesn't even have to be a big old monologue. You don't have to, impress anybody. The fact that you're enjoying play is what matters. The more people who post there with their own stuff and talking about what they like about it, the better. So even though there's tons of stuff with me in it, that's just because I play a lot, and you're free to do whatever you want with that. So that's the big thing. The other things are when people basically pay me to consult with them about game design, which looks a lot like this.
Since you're sort of maintaining the sort of dark, wet streets of the 80s to some extent here, what are the consequences of that aesthetic for play? The situation with guns, therefore. I mean, they're not tough guy props.
No.
They're serious business. And that's kind of weird in role-playing, right? I mean...
Yes. But you have this thing called stars. And when you spend stars, it's a limited resource, and you have your character roll determines how many you have. They can be replaced, but it's not easy to replace them. So when you spend them, it means something. But when you spend them, you just have something happen. Because I was wrestling with guns. How do you make guns? It's a very difficult problem. And then I realized, oh wait, guns are just a way to get things done.
So you spend a star, and it's a way.
You spend a star, and you can use a gun,
right,
and then tell me what happens. So you can wave it in somebody's face, and you're like, he backs down and lets us in,
right,
or I blow this guy away and he dies.
Right. Not just an action like any other action, not rolling to hit.
Yeah,
right.
It is a special, like, this is spotlight on it. You're spending a star. That means this means something.
Or in person, like this.
Craig Rodwell's history,
yes,
is one that I found fascinating. To break with the Mattachine Society, to me, is an enormous topic.
They was ready to accept the compromise, to accept that they were ill,
yes,
but still functional.
Right. There is the transition I like to see or think about is that their slogan that they would wear is "Gay is good," and then for the first time at the Stonewall riots, the first time ever spoken was the words, and briefly, "Gay power."
Yes.
And the transition from one to the other
is another thing.
Yeah,
totally.
So that transition is like right there. So
Yes, and I particularly liked what I read about this person, and this is what happens if you in-game have him.
right. What I would fear in terms of design is over-engineering. If you had a victory track, around the edge, and then you had the tokens, and then if you got this thing, then you get to take that token off and flip the token over, and it's a different color now, and all these sorts of things that introduce what either quantification, checking in to see if, and also more randomized elements. I am a big supporter of randomized elements in play. The randomization that you have with the cards at the moment combines with the soft randomization of what the players have decided or feel like emphasizing in their characters, which is its own form of randomization. And so you get those together, and as the designer, your question is, as you continue to playtest, is that enough?
It is okay because the cards, in particular, enact events that are true for all the table.
Yes.
So it's like it is kind of thematic because something that is a choice imposed from another entity is something that you have to pass through, even if you don't want to.
Right.
That latter was at a convention. So anyway, I do a lot of consulting, and I often, with the client's permission, post an account of it, and we can talk about it further from there, whether it's privately, or sometimes there's further discussions and other people's interested points tossed in here. So we have that, and then there's seminar, which is a little bit more complicated, as you might see here from one of our Monday labs.
So anyway, what happened though over the course of time?
Yeah, well, she changed. Basically, it didn't really take very long. I think the first 4 sessions I operated with a list of about 3 or 4 emotions. What happened was she's pretty good in getting into trouble, and she's very outspoken. So there was not much of melting into the background, whatever I tried. She popped out front.
So Monday labs are conducted semi-regularly, and then there are any number of other things. Sometimes I'm just presenting something. Sometimes you might make up a presentation, and you can't post directly just by punching a button in seminar, but you can contact me and say, hey, I've got a presentation that I'd like to, boost or, cross-reference at Adept Play. And I'll say, usually, sure. And then you do that. Well, that's really about it. I mean, it's a fairly limited range of what we do, but I like to think that keeps us nice and focused, and that you are free to participate in any of those things insofar as you exactly want to. So that is the plan.